With some improvements we're doing to the homestead, we needed well, they needed to be permitted. So we got our finalization of permits and stuff. Stay tuned, we're gonna talk about that and the projects that are coming up that we're getting ready for. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Had the county code inspector come over and finalize some permitting inspections that we needed to get done. Got it done, we passed. We're going forward with some projects and I'll share those with you. One of the things that was unfortunate that happened a couple of months ago is our kitchen sink developed a leak. And it caused some damage to our kitchen floor. And it was the grommet or the washer where the sink from the faucet goes down and connects to the service line before you turn it off, the valve. It wore out and it started a little leak, and we didn't notice it until it started getting wet over here in the dining room. But then it started getting mushy in the floor here. So now we have to tear up the kitchen floor, replace the wood, and then since we're gonna do that, I'm gonna go ahead and completely give a whole new kitchen reno for my wife. She deserves it. It's been long enough. We've been in this house for 10 years. It was a used house when we got it. I only paid $10,000 for this house. So we're gonna gut out the kitchen and do new ceiling, new walls, new flooring, of course, then all new cabinets, counters, cupboards, and appliances. So we'll be saving up for that. It'll take us some months to be able to save up because we're going to be paying cash for it. And that's what we're figuring, right around maybe $10,000 for the project. We'll see. It may cost more, I don't know. But I'm going to try to do it all DIY, do it myself. And of course, we have the permits to be able to do that. I want to show you another project we're going to be doing that doesn't require a permit. So, I've got the material already. We're going to go ahead and put a new deck boarding. It's going to be solid plywood on this deck sheeting. I'm going to take up these planks, pressure wash them down, and reuse them. I'm going to use them in a couple of places. One is I'm going to cut them down with my saw, and then we're going to shore up this awning because it seems like our winter storms are becoming a little bit more not what this awning is accustomed to. So as you can see, it's an engineered roof that they sell for mobile homes. And when I purchased the manufactured home, it came with the furnace, heat pump, and it came with all the awnings. So I just disassembled those and relocated them up here on the house. And of course, they were all inspected when we put the house together and got signed off on all my inspections. And so now we're going to repaint and resurface the floor, but use those boards to shore up what I said, the ceiling in that. We're also going to be doing the carport because the carport span is too big that snow has bent it in the past. In a previous video you showed, when I painted the side of the house, I disassembled the carport and also had shown that it was bent because of the snow load. As a matter of fact, yeah, we're going to put in more stable posts to support the understructure, which supports the existing roof. We're just going to build it in underneath here, and then that way we don't have to worry about a snow load. Over here, another project that does not require a permit for, let me take you over there and show you, is we're getting ready to paint the front of the house. Like I said, this year in a previous video, we're upgrading and repairing what we've got. We're not building anything with the exception of I am building a new front porch, or updating. This was a temporary porch, and this temporary has exceeded its contemporaneous. It's been 10 years. So with some of the material that I'm going to be getting off of the back porch, we're going to be building a 6-foot by 12-foot front porch and a roof, an awning that comes off of it. Because in the winter months, when we got snow sliding off the roof, it slides down and piles right up in front of our door. We've opened the door in the morning and had snow clear up to our waist at times because everything just slid off the roof and piled right there. So I want a roof over the top of a porch that'll slide off onto the yard and not in front of the front door. Now I can take and shovel off the sidewalk here. I'm moving the sidewalk out about another 1.5 feet. So any snow that comes off the roof will slide on that side of the walkway, so I don't have that much of a snow load to shovel off. It's just what's falling out of the sky, not off the roof. Anyway, it's a reasoning for why the code inspector was here. We buy our permits when we do anything that needs permitting. I talked to him about my front porch, and he said, I do not need a permit for the porch as long as the decking is 32 inches, it does not exceed 32 inches above grade level. 32 inches and lower, I think this decking, I have it measured, is only gonna be 18 inches above grade. He says you do not need a permit. And if it's under 200 square feet, you don't need a permit. And for the roof, I thought maybe we needed a permit for the roof, and he said no. As long as it's under 200 square feet, we don't need a permit for the roof. I'm gonna go ahead and have 4 posts anchor the roof, support the roof on the total porch, and anchored to the house so it doesn't slide forward or anything, because I want everything earthquake proof. Anyway, that's our plans. I'm Jerry Hansen, your host. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm, or a frugal homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges, the Pacific Northwest. And if you guys need to do anything on your property or your house that requires permitting, go ahead and get the permits. They're not that expensive, and they save you a lot of hassle in the long run, because I did note some content creators are fussing over getting inspected and fined because they didn't get permits. So I always research everything I'm doing to make sure I need a permit for it. If I don't need a permit, I ask first, and they say I don't need a permit, so I wait for them to tell me I don't need it instead of just assuming I don't need it. Yeah. Our state permitting is it's different than other states, so check your jurisdiction over what needs to be permitted, what doesn't. Yeah, it's interesting here. Anyway, I'm your host, Jerry Hansen, Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. Subscribe, give us a thumbs up, share, be safe, always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next adventure. Bye-bye now.